Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my weekly Scripture for Thought video show. I'm your host, your most self-proclaimed rapper, self-proclaimed R&B singer, public figure feature host, workout fitness feature host, conference show Bible discussion leader, teacher, preacher, Bible study teacher, and Reverend-Material disciple Anthony Walker will preach you a topic sermon about what old great era has ended, a new great era has begun. Throughout time and space and time, when great leaders have to either pass away or have to give their place in office, and they have to pass the baton of leadership to a new generation, I'm going to preach to you about 4 characters in the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, that the old leadership, the old great leadership is gone, the new leadership is yet to begin to reign. Look at Moses. Moses did great things. Yes, Moses did great things. He listened to God and he spoke up for his people of Israel and Egypt. Then God did great wonders through Moses, great wonders with Moses, and he did all the great things to lead his people through the promised land of Canaan, and have them to pass apart the Red Sea. But Moses, when he was old and agile and frail, he had to pass his leadership. He had to pass his leadership to Joshua, the second in command, and the people of Israel. From there, after Moses had died, then Joshua had to pass. Then Joshua had to lead the people to the promised land, to Canaan, which is Israel. Another example of what old great leadership ends, what old great leadership era ends, what new great leadership era starts to begin. Here's another great example. Another great example is Jesus. Of course, Jesus did great miraculous things because he helped our people, and he kicked some knowledge, wisdom, understand through the commandments, and of course he served people and others. But after Jesus had raised from the dead, Jesus had appointed Peter as second command, appointed Peter as second command of Israel. And Peter had led very well, lead his people of Israel to a plan for a big group of believers in Israel. That's another example of what great old era has ended, what great new era has begun. Here's another example in the Old Testament about what old great era is ended and one great new era has begun. It's David. David did all great things after he killed Goliath in a great upset, and then he helped his people Israel to fight many armies of different countries and conquer them. But before David died, he told Solomon to be the leader of the country of Israel. Then after that Solomon had to lead the people of Israel, and he had to teach the people knowledge and understanding, teach them about money, about saving money and budget themselves, and teach them how to do great things, about holding their covenant with God. Here's one last important message of one great old era has ended, another great new era has begun. Of course, Paul, from the book of Acts, he filled the whole earth full of disciples. Yet before his departure, he has taught Timothy of the great things from 1 Thessalonians all the way up to 2 Timothy, how he can guard his ministry. And of course, Timothy did all the smart, right things, being humble, at the same time leading his people Israel, and just people's ministry in different parts of Israel, outside Israel, and many other great things. Other great things to teach the people how to think of other people before themselves, and and serve and helping others in much better ways, to help people much more better ways, to be a much more servant than the one that rules, that don't be selfish, that don't want to rule. Well, my show has ended, and now, as for this is the last story I have you of what great era has ended. What great era has ended, what great new era has begun. As for in Paulding Avenue and Allerton Avenue and Paulding Avenue and in the Williamsbrige part of the Bronx, as for my weekly Scriptures for Thought video show, I'm your host, your most self-proclaimed rapper, self-proclaimed R&B singer, public figure video host, workout fitness video host, campus call about as a teacher, preacher, leader, Bible study teacher, and Reverend-Material disciple, Anthony will say, bye-bye, see you, so long.